Since Voyager Technologies' IPO raised around $400 million, its stock price has bled red. Yet optimistic astronomers, astronauts, and space investors stick around. By going over the Voyage vision to scale in the rapidly expanding defense and commercial space industries, we'll get a glimpse into the known universe of opportunities it has for developing systems across intelligence, propulsion, communications, and space infrastructure. As a business, Voyager spans defense and national security, space solutions, and Starlab space stations. Its flexible model allows it to operate as both a prime contractor and merchant supplier for customers such as NASA, Lockheed Martin, and the U.S. Air Force. Since 2019, Voyager has supported over 1,000 space missions, been involved in deploying missile defense, and the creation of the Bishop Airlock, the first commercial module on the ISS. Its technology heritage includes more than 220 spacecraft subsystems and roles on marquee national security programs like propulsion and control systems for the next-generation interceptor. Voyager's flagship commercial space station initiative called Starlab is supported by partners Airbus, Mitsubishi, MDA Space, and Palantir. Designed as the ISS successor, Starlab features a proven metallic habitat launching in a single Starship mission, reducing cost and complexity. The project is backed by NASA's $217.5 million development grant and additional partner funding commitments. Once operational around 2029, Starlab is expected to support global space agencies and commercial users with a 30-year service life. Voyager benefits from strong industry tailwinds as geopolitical tensions drive defense modernization and as commercial space expands toward an over $820 billion market by 2032. Its defense and national security segment addresses an $11 billion serviceable market, while Space Solutions and Starlab serve approximately $1 billion in near-term opportunity. Long-standing customer relationships and diversified revenue provide resilience with NASA, representing roughly 20 to 25% of revenue over the past year. In Q3, Voyager Technologies reported strong defense growth offset by widening losses. Revenue was flat at $40 million year over year, but would have grown 15% excluding the wind-down of a legacy NASA contract. The Defense and National Security segment led performance with $29 million in revenue, up 31%, driven by next-generation interceptor and ISR programs. However, the segment posted a $2 million adjusted EBITDA loss due to higher R&D spending and program mix. Space Solutions revenue fell 41% to $12 million, largely from the NASA contract wind-down, with adjusted EBITDA turning negative at $600,000. Starlab Space Stations only received $4 million from milestone payments versus $17 million in Q3 2024. On the other hand, a strong balance sheet was maintained with $413 million cash, no debt, and a $200 million undrawn credit facility, though free cash flow fell to negative $49.9 million from negative $5.9 million. Nonetheless, Voyager maintains a $189 million backlog and expects modestly higher gross profit and adjusted EBITDA margins in Q4. Starlab remains a key long-term growth driver, with each station projected to generate up to $1.5 billion annual free cash flow, but substantial investment is required before profitability, which is why the market still reacts negatively, reflecting investor concerns over widening losses and the company's path to sustainable profitability despite strong defense performance. A contrasting view continues the investment voyage based on the benefits that could roll in as Voyager keeps growing its technologies, leading some to stay on board for long-term advantages from a comprehensive technical lead for the price of short-term cash burn eating away at quick profitability. Starting off the recent string of additions, Voyager acquired Electromagnetic Systems, EMSI, a California-based developer of AI and machine learning software for space-based radar systems. The deal strengthens Voyager's push into AI-native defense systems amid heightened demand for real-time intelligence solutions. Financial terms were not disclosed, though Voyager maintains a strong liquidity position with cash exceeding debt. EMSI brings advanced capabilities in automated target recognition, synthetic aperture radar, SAR, inverse SAR, and radar simulation tools used to train machine learning models. Its software is designed to enhance target detection and intelligence analytics in contested environments, supporting both onboard constrained systems and third-party radar platforms. Voyager CEO Dylan Taylor said EMSI's technology will enable the company to deliver actionable intelligence at machine speed, enhancing its ability to serve defense and commercial customers across ground, air, and space domains. EMSI founder and CEO Brian Lamb noted that the acquisition will accelerate their ability to deliver advanced imaging and machine learning-driven target recognition. The acquisition aligns with Voyager's strategy to expand its AI-powered defense solutions as geopolitical tensions and demand for multi-domain awareness increase. It also complements the company's broader mission-critical portfolio, which spans communications, propulsion, sensors, space infrastructure, and national security systems. Voyager then invested in Latent AI, a specialist in edge artificial intelligence designed for low-power, resource-constrained environments. The move aims to strengthen Voyager's ability to deliver real-time intelligence processing at the operational edge, especially in space-based and contested environments where cloud connectivity is limited or unavailable. CEO Dylan Taylor said AI is transforming edge systems, from a passive collector to an active combat multiplier, underscoring the need for onboard, autonomous data processing. Latent AI's technology compresses and optimizes AI models to run efficiently on edge hardware, enabling immediate analysis at the point of data collection rather than relying on high-latency cloud links. Financial terms were also not disclosed here, but Voyager's strong liquidity allows it to continue making targeted investments despite its stock price performance. Latent AI plans to use the new capital to expand hardware compatibility and accelerate product development. The technology is expected to be incorporated into Voyager's space-based systems, including avionics suites and onboard processors. Both companies also plan to build a broader partner ecosystem serving defense, space, and industrial markets. To keep current spending going for future growing, Voyager went on to acquire Bridgecom's proprietary optical communication technology to accelerate the development of secure, high-speed communication systems for defense and commercial applications. Optical communications are increasingly vital for low Earth orbit architectures and space-based networks, and Voyager explaining the acquisition will significantly compress development timelines. Dylan Taylor stated that the technology enables Voyager to respond quickly to rapidly growing demand for high-throughput, low-latency connectivity across contested environments. The acquired systems are designed to support Department of Defense missions, as well as commercial use cases such as linking aircraft to satellite constellations. Further financial fuel went towards acquiring propulsion developer ExoTerra as part of its continued expansion across critical space systems, helping to support Voyager's broader push to vertically integrate key technologies needed for high-performance satellites, on-orbit maneuvering, and resilient space architectures. As CEO Dylan Taylor explained, these acquisitions compress development timelines and position Voyager to meet accelerating DoD and commercial demand for advanced space systems. In the quest to speed up development, the spending spree continued with Voyager, acquiring Estes Energetics, a U.S. manufacturer of energetics and propulsion materials for missile defense and tactical munitions, mainly to strengthen domestic production of critical energetics, enhancing control over supply, quality, and certification, while addressing vulnerabilities in defense and space applications. Dylan Taylor emphasized the move as closing a key gap in national readiness, ensuring U.S. leadership in energetics. Matt Magana, Voyager's Space, Defense, and National Security President, highlighted that domestic control of these capabilities is vital for mission readiness. This acquisition complements Voyager's strategy to build a vertically integrated supply chain, from raw materials to ballistic release, potentially enhancing the nation's ability to maintain and modernize munitions while supporting allied operations. Aside from an acquisition binge, Voyager works with other companies, such as when it selected Vivas Corporation to manufacture the primary structure of Starlab. Vivas will collaborate with Starlab Space LLC and international partners from NASA's Michoud Assembly Facility. Starlab has received over $217.5 million in NASA funding through the Commercial LEO Destination Program, completing 27 development milestones. It's a joint venture among Voyager, Airbus, Mitsubishi, MDA Space, Palantir, and now Space Application Services, Space Apps, with partners including Hilton, Northrop Grumman, and Ohio State University. Space Apps, a Belgium-based space engineering firm, joins as both a partner and investor, bringing expertise in space systems, mission operations, payload integration, avionics, and microgravity research facilities across Europe. The venture aims to serve government and commercial customers for research, technology demonstrations, and materials development. The Starlab project is progressing toward its critical design review at the end of the year, moving from design into development. It will provide AI capabilities and support continued human presence in low Earth orbit after the ISS is decommissioned. Voyager also receives support in the form of Janus Henderson Group's investment in Starlab. Jonathan Coleman of Janus Henderson highlighted Starlab's strong design, low-cost profile, and compelling business model as key differentiators among ISS replacement contenders. Voyager CEO Dylan Taylor described the investment as a signal of the commercial space economy reaching a new level of maturity. Janus Henderson manages over $40 billion in active small and mid-cap equities and roughly $484 billion in total assets, with offices in 25 cities globally. The investment aligns with the firm's strategy of supporting high-potential growth companies, following its recent investment in Cardium Inc., a developer of atrial fibrillation treatments. This funding is expected to support Starlab's development and operations as it progresses toward its goal of providing government and commercial clients with research, technology demonstration, and materials development capabilities in orbit. So it's clear Voyager's long-term journey is still attracting high confidence despite current high spending. For more on stocks and crypto, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.